Hey everyone, welcome to Breakout Wednesday for the 12th of November 2025. It's currently 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast, 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast. First of all, remember, this is never financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is simply a video blog on how one trader sees the market, and everyone needs to take responsibility for their own decisions. All right, I have just a Breakout Wednesday little watch list to scroll through that I've been kind of formulating over the last week as things kind of chop away. Now, one of the only setups really that I've been chatting about is that hasn't been stopped out or ended or whatever is TEA. I added to TEA yesterday, okay, on the new high. It's just that little correction we had. TEA didn't correct. It showed relative strength. It just kept chopping down below its 21 exponential, then closing back above it. There's been chat on the forum about how the unbalanced volume on this thing's weak and blah blah blah, but I don't really look at that. And now this thing was one of the first stocks to break up, and it's like obviously I don't know McMahon, but MND has had this huge break. But anyway, I know they're slightly different businesses, but this was kind of the biggest mover lately. But I'm getting sidetracked. Let's just get back to what I was talking about, TA. So I'm still in that, and I've added to it. Okay. And it's kind of uncomfortable, like when the market sells off a little bit, it goes from overheated to kind of selling off, and then you're adding to stuff, and it feels a bit uncomfortable mentally, doesn't it? But I find that they're probably some of the best buys ever. So holding tight on TA, I'm hoping for a big win there. Touch wood. Now, what else is there? Mainly Dava scans for me. I think the filters are vital, right? So I just love these. The data scan's just generic, like pretty plain. I don't do anything fancy here, right? For any box, blah, 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 right? It's just these filters. I'm not looking at anything with a relative strength under 70, okay? I don't want to look at anything unless it's in the top 30% of relative strength names, okay? And I think 70 is a good guide for searching. And then I want it to be above 200 exponential, because I pretty much never buy stuff below the 200 exponential, and that's it, right? And then I'm just looking for a bunch of boxes. Now I've scanned the NISI, the NASDAQ, the ASX, and I just want to quickly rattle through some stuff, okay? First of all, AHC still hasn't broken out from this second base, okay? And this is still in it, right? So it's just plodding away. Northern Star. I mean, there's a few gold names here. I got to get this phone call. God, one sec. Okay, there's a few gold names here, and I don't really like trading gold stocks when this thing's kind of obviously overheated, but it had this little pullback down to its 50-day line, and then the major trend is up. I really wanted to pull back down here, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So, and it's just if you do your scans, like there's a lot of gold names setting up like that, and this is a bit. Carl would love to tighten up more, wouldn't it? But Northern Star probably I'm not going to trade, but there's some other names in there that I've already entered. For example, RRL. Okay, and entered that, gapped up, closed down, would have been filled around 6.79 or something like that, and so I'm in that, and I just think they can kind of be hard to trade, these things. Like they do love to chop you and come down and whip you, and so smaller position for me, wider stop. Let's see how she goes. Usually I like a bigger position with a shorter stop, with a tight stop, but I just have a bit more success sometimes in these gold names with a bit of a wider stop. So that is what's happening of RRL. And and the next one on that list was RRL. So it's just, you can see, this is breaking out of that box, okay? And it's kind of leading. It has a relative strength of 98. So it's kind of leading the gold names and breaking up before some of the other gold names. So I was like, okay, it's worth a bet for me, okay? And so I'm in RRL and I'm in TEA, not much else actually. Got a lot less trades than I had a couple of weeks ago. Okay, gold just it's interesting. I'm always looking at this chart. Okay, you don't need to have a chart of the futures, right? Contracts. It's the same shit. Just look at a bloody gold chart. They're all the same, right? Now Rio, it's not set up for trade. I just think that I've been pretty I don't know, opinionated, but I've had opinion based on the technicals on BH and Rio for ages now, like probably going back a year or two, and I know that it's a clock's right twice a day and blah blah blah, but like huge base, nothing's changed. Like I still think that my positioning in BH for a long big move up is good. I'm happy with it. Like look at this monthly chart, guys, like on Rio, like holy hell. I mean, like this is just telling you something, right? It's like a X-ray showing a doctor that a leg is broken, right? There's a big picture. It's like it's broken. This is big picture, like big base. What happens when big bases break out? All right, especially when the macro and everything fits to the hypothesis, right? So anyway, it's coming up in Dava scans. These things are in big uptrends now, and they're gonna whip everyone out. They're gonna be choppy. They're gonna be hard to stay in, and for me, it's like I've owned that stuff in long-term accounts, and I'm in BH for investment. I'm in some of these commodity things for investments, and you're gonna have to be patient. This is just another gold name, right? It's came up. It's just there's not many stocks coming up in Davis boxes with good relative strength near newer highs that aren't gold and heavy names, all right? This second, so I just think that the strength of this second is in gold names. All right, let's move on. Another gold name, my favorite is RRL. I'm not going to take multiple gold stocks at once. Okay, I'm not Polo. I don't just plunge into 20 entries all at once. So no offense, Polo. But I just got to be careful. All right, I'd prefer to have a nice hot crack at the stock that breaks out first and just limit my positions. I hate managing too many positions. It gives me anxiety, sort of thing. I just don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking all over the place, kind of like falling over my own feet. Okay, and I don't think that's rare. I mean, I think everyone's like that except for the odd exceptional human, and I just like concentrating on a few things. I just think it works out better for me, So I'm not going to trade that, but the only reason this is in here is to show like there's so many of these gold names coming up in these scans. Okay, they really are setting up. Here's another one, another gold name, all setting up, just lingering new all-time highs. I love the leaders, and I always love trading Apple when it gives me opportunities. And and I was talking obviously about Apple back here. I am in Apple, by the way, and but it's just setting up again. This is tight. This is a short-term box, but just look, it's got blue sky. I know it's an expensive stock. It's not going to triple overnight, but there's something to be said for these leaders. They just love to go up. Robin Hood, this is this cup and handle back here, remember? Bang, and it's setting up again. Interactive Brokers, talked about it heaps over the years, but it's like I've used this company for so long. Great company. I love trading stuff where I know it's a great business, and it's setting up again, new all-time highs, blue sky, tightening up. And that's it, right? So you don't need much to be active in the market. You just need a few ideas. And right now my ideas are kind of centered still around, the big commodity names, gold, and obviously the service stocks. Okay, I mean TEA and the self-managed super fund. I'm still in NAD because a big wide stop on that, and I'm still pretty confident that this is going to be a huge winner for me in that self-managed super fund. So, given that some room and some patience, and that's it. I have been quiet on the forum mainly because I'm just hell busy, and I promise I'll be back on there a lot more moving forward. Cheers, everyone. Catch you up. Bye.